What's up, you guys? We're back with another episode of Who Even Asked. As always, I'm Tay.
And I'm Jazz.
What have you been up to? We're back recording in person for the first time in a minute.
Back recording in person. I got a nice little surprise when I got home.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? I don't know about nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So I'd been seeing these videos of like kids going around and like donkey kicking doors.
Oh, I missed
and
that.
like running off, right? So I get home and I'm like cleaning my apartment a little bit, and I go let my dog out in the backyard, and by the door there's a freaking like a insole of a shoe, and it says eat shit and die, and then fuck off right in the middle.
It's not funny, but it is.
It kind of is, because like honestly, I don't go anywhere. I don't talk to people. I have like my family or my friends, like, so I'm thinking it was just a bunch of kids, because I have like this easily accessible apartment. I'm not gonna say where's that.
Yeah.
Either just kids messing around doing stupid shit, but it was weird because it was right by my door. I'll post a picture of the with the shoe. And you know what's funny though too, is I was like, I'm into such like true crime shit. This shoe probably has some sweat on it. Okay. It has the size. I know you're a size 10.
Men or women's?
Men's size 10, because it says men or women's on there. So like,
we're coming for you. You know who I bet it fucking is?
Who?
That weird fucker from the pool.
You think so?
Yeah, what was his name? Jeffrey?
Yeah, he lives down there too. He lives right here.
Fuck you, Jeffrey. We're coming for you.
Probably. He's probably, my mom was like, maybe it's like a homophobic thing. Maybe
that was
like,
my first thought.
Yeah, so that could be it too. We're living through some crazy times, so I'm gonna have to go buy me a pew pew. Pew pew. I have something heavy near my bed, so that way, just in case. But and
Bruiser's pretty spicy. Yeah. I think he's got you covered.
Did you see the thing about the little dog who was blind and like scared off intruders, like attacked them?
But that's so
wholesome. I think he was blind. He's either blind or had no teeth, one of the two, but like he got rid of these intruders. It was really funny.
Have I ever told you I want a disabled dog really bad?
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just that made me think of that.
Yeah. I wish, I don't know if I necessarily want a disabled dog, because I don't know if like I'd be the best to care for them necessarily, just because I'm always gone doing stuff. But I think it would be fun to like see somebody adopt one.
I want a 3-legged dog. So if y'all find one, let me know. I'm in the market. No, I'm totally kidding. 4 is my max. So, I was gonna ask you this question that I saw on TikTok, and if your hand was like a tab, like you have 5 different drinks.
Yeah.
What are your 5 different drinks gonna be?
Okay, so I'll do tea, just unsweet tea. Coffee,
Criminal.
cold brew.
Okay.
Gatorade Zero Purple. I'll do, Michelob Ultra. And then Corona.
Period.
Shit, I didn't do water.
She needs to go back to dry January.
I'll take away the last one and do water.
Okay,
I
period.
need water.
Gatorade's basically water.
I mean, basically. It's made with water.
Yeah.
It's like those people who are like, yeah, Coke's basically water.
Also, side note, if you don't drink water, I'm scared of you. And I know your kidneys have to hurt.
Yeah. How do you get through life without drinking any water? Don't make no sense to me.
I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to go water. A cold brew with almond, cupcake, and toasted marshmallow. A Coke, regular, not diet or zero. Coors Light. Alani Dream Float.
How are the Alanis? I've never had one.
No, wait, actually, I'm going to scratch that. I'm coming back to that. I'm going to scratch that, and I'm going to do original Red Bull, because truly I do like Red Bull better. I'm trying to make myself like them. They're not terrible. Some are better than others. I'm just not, I don't like fake sugar tasting drinks. Yeah. But the Dream Float is really good. And Peach isn't bad. I'm trying to find ones I like, but they're either 5 to 10 calories. So I've been in my calorie deficit journey. So I'm trying to make myself like them, but Red Bull's definitely my favorite. So scratch the Alani.
Well, does Alani have thermogenics in it?
What is that?
Helps you burn fat.
I hope.
So the reason I do Celsiuses is because, or when I was doing a calorie deficit, is because they burn fat, and they are only 10 calories per can.
Celsius is meth in a can.
Yeah,
and you can't convince me otherwise.
I will have a heart attack every time I drink Celsius. Like, I'm so jittery. Like, it's the craziest.
It's different than like all the other ones, because like one of the like cans of Celsius makes you feel the way of you drink like a giant Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'll have to check that out and get back to y'all. But all the girlies love it, so I mean, maybe.
I'm sure it's fine. So wait, you haven't had one before, or you have an Alani?
No, I have. Like,
okay.
I've been drinking those instead of Red Bull lately.
Gotcha. I'm gonna have to try them, because I want to buy a pre-workout that's not Celsius because it makes me feel jittery as heck.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing the Alani one, and it's not too overly priced or crazy. So I thought about that one. So yeah, you're gonna have to let me know like how those taste.
The only pre-workout I've tried, I could be wrong. I want to say the name is Prime, but it's like Rocket Pop flavored.
Prime.
I really like that one. It tastes like juice.
Oh, Prime, like Logan Paul's Prime?
I didn't know it was Logan
Is
Paul's
it in a
brand.
bottle? Like a Gatorade
No,
bottle?
it's like a powder, but it might be like the same brand.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know what the name is actually, if I'm being 100% honest. I just know it's Rocket Pop and it's pretty good.
I've had the Rocket Pop, but it was the C4, I think it was. C4 Rocket Pop. That's pretty good. Or is it Bomb Pop? Oh, wait. Are they the same thing?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah,
Tomato,
that makes
tomato.
sense. But yeah, so that one. And then, what? Okay, this is not really like a TikTok thing or anything, but what, if you had to pick only 3 foods you could eat the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Ooh. That's tough. Sushi for sure.
Good
Do I have
one.
to be specific?
You don't have to say like, sashimi, like
I don't have
spicy
to pick a
tuna.
rule?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no, yeah.
Sushi. I'm like, that's it. No, probably sushi, steak, a fillet specifically. Probably some type of pasta. I love pasta. What about you?
I'll do wings,
Oh, that's a good one. Damn it.
ribeyes,
Okay.
and then a Mediterranean salad.
I was just thinking a Mediterranean
Dude, when you
salad
send
sounds
me
good.
the picture of your salad that you made, oh, I love, like,
So good.
another reason, like, in I wish they had this here. It's called kava. I've talked about this before.
I've wanted to try
but dude,
that.
it is so good. Like, the Moto Medi here has nothing on kava. It is.
That sounds so good.
I could literally eat it every day. Like, so good. But they give you so much food that, like, if you're trying to be healthy, you definitely can only eat half the bowl. And I'm the type of person, if it's in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. So
yeah, or come back and eat it like an hour later.
yeah.
Felt.
Breakfast or it could be, what is it? Lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Can you eat foods repetitively? Like, do you think you could meal prep and eat the same thing every day?
I do meal prep and eat the same thing every day.
Oh.
Like this week for breakfast, I've been making the egg white grills from Chick-fil-A at home, and those were really good.
With chicken?
Chicken,
Really?
egg white, and an English muffin. Yeah.
You just grill the chicken?
Mhm.
Do you put anything on it?
So I've been really liking marinating my chicken in mustard and then seasoning it, and so I'll grill it. And then just egg white, pepper jack, and an English muffin.
Wow.
So I won't eat the same breakfast or lunch like the next week because like I don't want to get sick of it. But this week that's what I've had for breakfast, and then lunch I've been making like tuna with mustard and eating it with bell peppers with some hummus.
Huh. Interesting choice.
Lunch isn't great, I'll be honest. My breakfast this week was pretty good, but my lunch has not been great this week.
Yeah. I love, so like when I am trying to eat healthy, I love like salads and tuna. I'll mix it, get some like olives And then you don't realize how many calories olives have until you like look at the back of it. Yeah. So like the bare minimum, and feta too. Feta has so much calories.
I know, but it's so good.
So let me tell you what I get. It's like a Greek tzatziki thing. It's at Target. They only sell it at Target. I can't find it anywhere else. And it's only like 10 calories per tablespoon.
Oh, that's not bad.
So that's the one I buy because I love feta. I will pour so much feta on my shit.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I made homemade tzatziki. How do you say tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Whatever. For my bowl last night, but I didn't do full Greek yogurt. I did half sour cream because I'm not a big yogurt person, so I wanted to like cut that taste a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good.
I see a lot of people subbing the yogurt for the sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like I kind of feel like it probably tastes kind of similar, but at the same time in my head, I think I don't know if I could get over that like barrier.
That is just sour cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that it's yogurt.
Oh, you're not a yogurt person either?
No, I eat yogurt, but I'm talking about like I wouldn't normally put yogurt on like a salad. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Or people who will make like pasta dishes and it'll be like use Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
No, you know what's criminal is the people who are like blending up their cottage cheese and like calling it Alfredo.
Yeah.
Jail immediately. That's foul.
You know what? One of the least eaten foods for me is pasta. I have like 4 boxes of pasta, so much pasta sauce, and like I'm like always like I'm gonna start eating it. Never. I just don't like pasta.
You're not a big carb person.
I'm really not, which is surprising. Looking at me, my only carb is usually alcohol.
Felt.
But yeah, I've never been a carb person. I don't like bread very much, and even when I get bread, I usually get like the keto bread or like the small sliced bread.
Pasta's really the only carb that like I really struggle cutting out, and rice also. But I've been using MyFitnessPal to track not only my calories but my macros as well. And I thought I would go over on my carbs a lot more than I do, but carbs have been fine. Protein have been fine. My fat intake is ridiculous. Like there is fat in literally everything.
Well, that's why you gotta eat healthy fats.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Do you eat a lot of avocado?
I do.
Yeah, avocado is a good one. That's all I'd eat, like avocado toast with an egg on top. Super low cal if you get like the right stuff, and super good. And then yeah, I have so much shit that I used to eat that I told, because okay, Taylor's doing it, my brother's doing, well he was, I don't know if he's still doing it. But like there's a lot of people around me doing it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it again. So I get back home and I realized that right before I left, I bought all of this food that's not necessarily healthy for you. And groceries are really expensive right now. So I'm trying to clean that out before I get to, the thing, which sounds like an excuse, but like it's true. Groceries are expensive and I ain't trying to waste that. So
fair.
But no, people around me are doing it. I'm really inspired. Like I think my other cousin's doing it too, I think. So
I'm going to try and stick with it. I'm just not good at like staying consistent with anything, if I'm being completely honest. Like last week I did really good. And like I worked out every day. This week I'm having a shit week, if I'm being 1000% honest. Yeah. So not doing good this week, but we're going to pick up next week and do better next week. And that's all you can do.
First, if you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again.
Period. But speaking of stressful things that we have to do in our lives, because dieting is stressful. Yes. I had sent you this thing on TikTok, and it was saying that, how did they word it? People like peak stress is affecting Gen Zers like earlier on than like in previous like age groups. I think it said, hold on, let me pull it up because I don't want to misquote. Most people burn out around 42 typically, but now it's more like 18 to 44 for Gen Z and Millennials, and this is the highest point of stress happening at 25 years old. What do you think about that?
I think that's so true.
No, I agree.
Like I feel like especially like Millennials, and maybe it is because I am one, like, I feel like we've had such shit in our lives. We had the freaking 9/11. We had, like, COVID. We had, like, all of these big-ass disaster, like, things that have happened to us. And, like, so stressful. Like, I'm surprised I still, like, have non-gray hair at this point, okay? And, no, I definitely feel like that is so true.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should have got like an older person like than us, like their perspective on it, because maybe they could be like, oh no, we were just distressed, you know, at your age, whatever. But I genuinely feel like there's like more going on now, and like things are heavier, and it's like technology is at our fingertips, so people, you know, think they can like contact you at all times, and since they can contact you at all times, I think there's hard to like separate like work from, you know what I mean, like your personal life. And I just think like it never ends because of like that aspect of things.
Yeah. And one key thing that I saw in that was like they were talking about job burnout. And I feel that so hard. Like as I discussed on the last podcast, like I gonna move back to Dallas and live with my parents for a little while again, because well, it's mostly because like, don't get me wrong, like I'm happy to have a job. I'm not ungrateful. My job is not that hard, like for what I do. Like it's pretty nice. It's an easygoing job. Great company. But I just am so burnt out from working. I've been working since, people are probably going to hate me for this because I've probably been working way longer. I've been working since like 18, like in actual like corporate jobs. And I'm just so tired of it. Like, I'm tired.
I get it. And I don't think that like fits into like some, you know, older people are like, nobody wants to work these days, and we had to work, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, like I'm sure nobody actually enjoys working. Like every job has like its cons and things that like stress you out and that are draining. But I don't know. I just think, you know, like we bust our asses, and it, like things are more and more and more expensive.
Yeah.
And it's just harder to scrape by. And then you take into account things like health insurance and just the political stance of the country at this point. I don't know. It just feels like extremely overwhelming.
Yeah. And I feel like I didn't completely finish my sentence because I feel like I kind of stopped it. But my point to the moving back to my parents and like feeling stressed about work and stuff was like, I'm not going to quit my job when I move back to my parents. But I feel like it gives me more leniency to have more money to enjoy life with. Because if I'm going to work and have a job and I'm not like living with somebody or in a relationship, because if you're in a relationship, I feel like it's a little easier. I'm not saying it's completely easier, but because you're splitting things with people, right?
It helps. Yeah.
So like when you're single, like I don't see the point really of living by myself right now, because I'm just feeling miserable. Because if I don't have a lot of money left over, then I'm just stuck at home with myself, which I could be stuck at home with my parents. Or like, at least if I'm with my parents, I'll have money to buy the cameras I want to buy. I have money to buy like other things I want to buy. I'll have less stress because I won't be worried about like not having money to go do things. If I want to go to a concert, I can. And I think I'm just getting to that point in my life where I'm like, a big part of me moving out from my parents was I thought it would help me like find somebody and feel better about myself and do all this stuff. And though it did kind of do that, it just didn't give me everything that I thought it would. And I'm kind of like, well, I'm kind of feeling the same way. So what's the harm in going back? At least I saved money, and I don't want to stay there forever, but like.
Well, and with that being said, like don't take this the wrong way whatsoever, but like I think that you're lucky that like you have parents who will allow you to do that, you know, and like who are so amazing. And I think maybe that is another contributing factor to why a lot of like people in our age demographic like kind of are feeling that burnout, because you know, they are having to, you know, like be single and they don't have the option to move home or whatever, and so they are having to do all those things by themselves, which, you know, like you're doing right now, and like it's stressful. Like I have lived alone before, and it was really hard. Like I barely scraped by, and this was like a few years ago. So I mean, like inflation's gone up even more. So yeah, I just think that that's why we're all stressed out. It's like we got to see our parents, you know, like they worked hard and they were able to do things earlier than we are now. And so I think it's hard to keep working and keep pushing yourself and grinding when you're not necessarily seeing like rewards for all your labor, you know?
Yeah, like, oh, I'm working this hard and yeah, I can pay my bills, but I'm still broke at the end of the day. And like,
Yeah.
I've lived by myself, just for reference.
Yes.
From 18 to the year 30. Okay. I lived by myself. Not with my parents. I was never living with my parents. Once 30 came, I had some circumstances, so I moved back in with my parents. Left again at 31. At 32, I'm now going to go back to my parents.
But I think that's good that you can, like, you know that you will be able to, like, set yourself up for success, like, going forward. Yeah. If you, like, when you do that, you know, like, you're going to be able to, like, grow your business and just do more. So, like, I get that.
And see, I feel like the first time I lived with my parents, I don't want to say I wasted it, because I got my degree. Finished my degree. But after the degree, I felt like I had a period of time where I was kind of just coasting through life, because I just finished school and I'm like, okay, I did all this work. Now I want to relax for a little bit, right?
Sure.
Came down here and I got things together and I felt more motivated to do things like this podcast and just other creative things. And now that I'm able to, like, have the headspace, and in that headspace of doing this stuff, I want to continue to do it, but I want to do it and put myself in a position where I can help elevate things, right? Like, I think the ultimate goal for anything is to grow it. And I feel like it would help not only this podcast, but my other podcasts and just everything else I want to do if I had more money to put into things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's a big contributing factor, like huge, honestly, for me. It just all comes back to the money aspect. Because money is probably one of the most stressful things, I think, for people in this world.
Truly. And, like, I hate that thing where they're like, money doesn't buy happiness. Like, no, like, it doesn't. But, like, it sure freaking helps. Like, yeah. If I had money to go on vacations more, like, that would be very exciting. That would make me super happy. So if I could afford the groceries I want and not have to plan out every single penny of my grocery haul, that would make me really excited. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely contributes to our burnout. For sure. And I don't think there's any signs of it changing anytime soon.
If anything, we're getting a little worse. Stock markets are crashing. Our president's selling Teslas to pay the bills. But so let's move on to, like, a less stressful topic. I did want to bring something up. And I just thought this was so funny. So have you heard anything about the new MLB hats they put out?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not a sports gal.
So they put out these hats like for, I think it's like the Angels or like whatever. They have a big A in the middle of, like, the hat where it would usually just say Angels. Mm-hmm. So for Texas, they put a big T in the middle over the X.
Oh, okay.
So instead of saying Texas, it says tetas.
Like titties?
Yes. I'll show you, but I'll post a picture on here. But it's just so...
Whoever is in charge of marketing for the Rangers, do better.
That is so funny.
Because the big T, like it was before, fine. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Super cute.
But I think that was the actual MLB that put that out, not like the Rangers.
I take it back.
Or whoever the hat company was.
Okay.
But yeah, that was just a big thing on the internet. And I thought that was so freaking funny.
It looks stupid too.
Yeah, they all don't look great.
Like, I don't know if they're trying to be trendy with this. Yeah. But
have you seen the upside down, speaking of hats, like the upside down, like it'll say Lubbock upside down in a circle?
Yeah, I don't get it. I've seen a lot of people wearing stuff like that, but like I don't get it.
I hate that I want one. Not a Lubbock one. I want a Dallas one. No, not because of that. Not because of that. Just because I like the way it looks. Like, I've seen so many people wear Dallas ones. But I've just been getting into hats lately. I bought this really cool hat that I wore in the last podcast from Shields. Have you ever been to Shields?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. It's like a huge store. Has a bunch of like sports stuff and just like outdoor stuff. But like they have clothes and like athletic clothes, gear, but they have regular clothes too. They have like for the men, like the chubbies shorts and like t-shirts.
So it's kind of like, what was that store in Austin, Tyler's? Was it similar to that? That's more t-shirts.
I'd cater it to more like a Dick's.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Dick's?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to have one. We
There
don't
used to be
anymore.
one here?
Yeah, now it is across from the mall. Now it's some like weird home art place.
Dang.
We don't have much of nothing here.
I wonder why they got rid of it. Dick's is usually like a big hit.
Maybe we do have one and it's somewhere else now, but
No, I don't think you do because I looked
okay, I guess we don't.
for one.
We just have Academy.
Academy's.
Eh.
But one thing we're not lacking in is dust storms.
No. One thing you're not going to miss.
I got so excited this morning because I saw a severe weather alert on my phone. And
What did you think it was for?
thought it was going to be rain.
We can only hope. If we had rain, we probably wouldn't have these dust storms.
No. I was like, okay, I don't know why, but severe weather excites me, okay? And I want to say, but like, not in a way that I want anything bad to happen. But I just love hearing the thunder and the rain. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to like relax, lay down, the smell of the rain.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
That
people
needs-
don't smell rain, I think.
What do you mean? Like how?
Like, I feel like we smell rain. You know what? I could have made that up.
I'm sure like that is a thing. Like I could see
I
that,
could have
but
swore I saw it on TikTok. Like, some people are like saying, oh, they don't know what rain smells like. Like,
you know what? That made me think of people who say that they don't have like an inner monologue in their head. Have you heard that?
yeah.
I'm like, I don't believe that. Then how do you have any thought? If there's nothing going on in your head and there's not a monologue, how do you have any thought?
I don't know. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, not having that.
No.
But I have severe anxiety and I talk to myself all the time. So maybe it's just my anxiety talking, and maybe people have just like regular.
I think everybody has a monologue in their head, and if you don't, are you like a serial killer?
What is a monologue? Oh, I mean, I know what a monologue is, but like, what are we referring to? Like, when we say,
Just like you have a voice in your head, and it's like
give me an example of what your voice in the head says.
like I'm looking at your mirror, and I'm like, it sounds like I'm talking in my head. I don't know how to like describe this, but it sounds like there's some. It sounds like me in my head, but she's talking. That bitch is yapping 24/7. She doesn't stop.
So it's almost like thinking, like, while you're talking, thinking.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Then I have that too.
But I've heard that there are people out there who don't. This is also on this like similar topic. When you close your eyes, do you and you envision something, like you envision a plate of food, do you see the plate of food or is it just black?
Black?
Same. I had to close my eyes to think about it. Same. But I wish, like, I know there are people that like they can like they see the plate of food and like I don't know how to explain it. Like I somewhat can, but like it's black. I don't know if that makes sense. I've seen other people like describe this better.
I think you can. So I think I can do that when I'm falling asleep. Not like when I'm asleep, but like when I'm trying to distract myself to something else to fall asleep, I can do that. But like I think you have to be really like concentrated for me.
Yeah, you have to like almost have your eyes like cracked the tiniest bit to get some light in, so you know what I mean.
It's like what is that, like honing in on some sort of channel?
Ooh, the woo.
Spooky.
I miss spooky season also.
Oh my god, I'm so ready. Dude, I'm
No,
ready
I
for
say that
Halloween.
I'm genuinely really excited for summer though.
Me too. So before I do leave, we're gonna have to go swimming
Yeah.
multiple times.
And Jeffrey, I better not see you.
I'm gonna go check your shoe, boy. See if it fits.
We need to also figure out a dog sitter for you. We need to put this on the to-do list because you need to go on our family vacation.
Yeah, I do want to go. It's just like I have like it's you know how Bruiser is. Bruiser is not the friendliest dog. So,
slow to warm.
yeah. And so like if it was somebody who like if I had a cousin who was like single and didn't have dogs, that would be great.
Yeah.
But all of my cousins have pets and they're all in relationships which I mean, it doesn't matter if they're in a relationship because they could obviously their spouse or person would like get along. But yeah, I'm just having issues finding Bruiser a
Get on
babysitter.
Rover.
But I don't trust strangers, like, because of how he is. And he gets really bad anxiety, like, to the point where he'll throw up. Like,
why don't we just bring him? He's so small. Who would know?
No, I'm not going to do that. But I think Brennan, because Brennan, I'm not sure if he'll go because he just started working. So depending on that, I may leave him with Brennan.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just play it by ear. But yeah, I know. I really wanted to go. I love the river.
We haven't gone in a few years either.
I know. It's been a while.
Another piece of crazy news I wanted to bring up this week was about the show Ghost Adventures. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
So not the star of the show, Zach Bagans, but the other guy who would always film with him, Aaron Goodwin, was in the news this week because his wife, I believe her name was Brittany. No, sorry, scratch that. Victoria, another white name. Victoria apparently plotted a murder for hire against her husband, Aaron.
Dang.
Yeah. But it gets even crazier because the person that she hired to kill her husband was this guy named Grant Amato. And he is currently serving a life sentence for killing his dad, mom, and brother back in 2019.
So how is he going to murder her?
So what I gathered was, I guess there's a documentary about him, I believe on Paramount, and it's called Control Alt Desire. So I'm probably going to go watch this after hearing the story.
Oh yeah, me too.
So I don't know what the deal was with killing his entire fucking family, but he did. So I guess she watched that documentary or whatever you want to call it. And I guess she decided to hit homeboy up to see if he could pull off this job for her, I'm guessing.
Like, can you bust out of prison and come kill my husband?
Like, does she just want him to use his connects? Like, what's going on? So yeah, I guess it was found out because a guard confiscated Amato's phone and they saw the exchanges between Victoria and him, and obviously arrested her. But they
I'm
kicked
stuck
her?
on the fact that I'm not really stuck on it because we see people have phones in prison, but
right. Literally right. What I also found crazy about this was...
Sorry, can I make a quick joke?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not going to work because I'm calling it a joke. But
Let's
imagine she's like, hey, can you kill my husband? He's like, the best I can do is a computer virus. Stupid. Damn, I'm sorry. That wasn't even as good. Like, I thought it was going to be really good. It wasn't.
I giggled. But okay, Aaron did not know about this until she got arrested. He had no clue that his beloved wife was trying to murder him. So apparently, she was gonna give him $2,500 up front for this job, but she only had saved like a little less than $12,000. She wanted Aaron God. That's the price of Aaron's life, apparently. $12,000. That's it.
Damn.
Seriously. But then I guess when she was questioned, she was trying to play dumb and be like, oh, that's weird. Like, I don't remember doing that. That's like what she had to say. And she tried
Patricia.
to say, that's Patricia. I guess she was trying to say something like she thought she was just buying them burner phones essentially, or just like putting money on his books, obviously trying to like downplay what she did and act stupid as if they don't have like the proof. Isn't that crazy?
Criminals, or the way people think they can get away with stuff is so crazy. Like, especially stuff like that. Like, if you're gonna hire somebody to murder somebody, you go in person. You don't go. I mean, you don't leave a
trail if you're gonna do that.
Don't do it. But like, I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of true crime, and it's like, come on now.
I don't think you can get away with like any crime in this day and age. There's cameras literally everywhere, digital footprints. Like, you're not getting away with literally anything.
Yeah, me and my cousin talked about John Benet Ramsey and how like if that happened this day and age, that somebody would be caught because of all the cameras.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we don't got to get into that, but
yeah, crazy. Yeah, he always seems so nice in the show too.
Is that the guy?
The bald one.
Yeah, but did you ever see? Is it Demon House or Devil House or?
Maybe I have.
So Zach Bagel Bites.
Bagel Bites?
No, okay, I'm not. I stole that from another podcast because I listened to this podcast, True Crime, or no, well, it's like spooky stuff. Anyways, Why Do We Drink? I think is what it's called. That's what they called him. But anyways, I hated them. Not them. Him. Zach before.
Bagel Bites? Not a fan.
Before, but they started calling him that, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's a good one.
Wait, so what is your hatred with him?
I just don't. This is gonna sound so stupid, but I hate how fake he is. It's just so like.
Just like the show just feels so fake to you, and so it makes you hate him.
And like his mannerisms, dude.
There's literally only one episode that like I really was like, this place is actually haunted. This place is scary. Yeah. And it was like an insane asylum or whatever.
Oh, but the show is called like Demon House or Devil House, and it's about the house. Did you see that movie on Netflix where she's like, my group?
Yeah, I think we talked about this on the podcast. Yeah. Whatever the name of that was.
Yeah, okay, so that one. Well, that's he went to the house and he did like because he bought the house and demolished it. Yeah, so they made a documentary there, and I think it was during there that like him and one of his other people, like they got into it and they stopped working together. And I'm wondering if it was that guy. Do you know?
I didn't know any of this lore, so I really couldn't say if that's right or not. I just saw this story on the Daily Mail and I was like, oh shit. I have to bring that up.
Yeah.
They've only been married since 2021 also, which I thought,
damn,
was interesting. Not very long.
It's longer than 5 months, which is what Emily Osment's marriage to her husband lasted.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
I learned that today. I watched Mandy and Georgie. Have you seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking
about. It's like a spinoff. It's actually really funny. It's like so cheesy, but it's funny. And I was scrolling through TikTok and it was like, they got a divorce from her husband and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, 5 months. Crazy.
I think there's even shorter. I couldn't tell you
11
months
right now. For Kim Kardashian and that one guy.
I thought it was shorter than that.
Was it?
The Chris Humphries guy?
Yeah. I thought it was... Oh, it may have been. Shit.
Hold, please. Correction, they were married for 72 days. So I think that is maybe the record currently.
That is short.
Crazy.
I guess unless people like, we don't know, just get married in Vegas and it's like a day.
I mean, there are annulments for a reason. I guess people really change their mind that quick. So
if we ever go to Vegas, I want us to go to the Zach Baggins Museum.
You don't even like him.
But he has all these haunted creatures there, like Robert the dog.
What?
Robert the doll.
Okay.
Not the dog. Like he has all these haunted artifacts there.
So you just want your soul to be possessed?
I just think it's fun.
I'll go.
Creepy.
I ain't scared. Just
yeah.
Interesting.
I've always I just think, okay, do you like being scared?
Yes.
Yeah. Like it's like, I feel like it's like this exhilarating thing to like be scared. I think that's another thing like with severe weather. Like I don't want anything bad to happen, but like the possibility that it could.
Enticing.
Excites me. Does that make me crazy? I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm drawn to all these things that like give you like this adrenaline rush. Like it's almost like a drug. Like you have to feel like a little.
I can see that. Nothing really scares me though. Like I haven't like had anything that like has really scared me in a while. My anxiety stems from like the dumbest stuff. Like it doesn't make any sense. But like when it comes to like scary movies, I haven't seen a scary movie in I couldn't even tell you how, probably since I was a kid, that scared me. Like stuff doesn't really scare me.
I joined this Facebook group. I've actually been joining a lot of Facebook groups, which makes me feel really old.
You're old.
Yeah. But
same.
A psychological thriller like book Facebook group.
Okay.
And then another one called Found Footage Horror Films.
What's that about?
It's about found footage horror films.
There's the door. I'm tired of your sass today.
No, I mean that's what it truly is though. Like it's people go in there and they'll post like found footage horror films that they find that they think are good, or just like horror ones. I don't know. I've been talking about this. I talk a lot of stuff, but there's a few things in my life that I've talked about doing like over and over and over again. And I'm planning to keep talking about it until I actually do it. But I do want to make some sort of like horror.
You have been
short.
talking about this, yeah.
I think it'd be so fun. I just started reading this book, and it's like a horror. Well, not horror. It's more like a mystery, but it's a pretty good book. I don't remember the name right now. I'll stick a little picture of it, so go look at the YouTube video. But it's about this nanny who just got out of rehab. And she
I would
hired
not
by,
pick
like,
someone out of rehab.
Well,
Watch my kids.
She gets hired on because she used to be like a track star. I think it's called like Pictures or something. I don't know. But she starts nannying and living with his family. He's really rich. And the kid starts drawing like these creepy ass pictures. I'm only on chapter 3.
Well, you'll have to let me know if it's worth reading. I don't read a lot. I want to read, but I can't quiet my brain. This monologue, she's loud.
Same, dude. That's why it's taking me so long to read. I have like 6 books that I bought from Target because they had this big old book sale. And I have not been able to finish anything. This is the one that I'm like, okay, kind of doing. And for instance, for my other podcast, season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale is going to come out April 8th. Mm-hmm. So my plan is to be finished with everything I'm doing now by April 8th. And then once the new season's done and I'm done recapping those, I'm going to go to the Testaments, which is the next book that comes after The Handmaid's Tale, mm-hmm. which they're also making a show of. So my plan was to read the book and recap it on my other podcast. And I'm just like, hopefully that makes me get back into reading. Because, reading is so good for your brain. Mm-hmm. And I think, I need that. I need to, start re-stimulating my brain because I'm consuming a lot of just brain rot shit right now. Yeah. So, I want to feel smart again.
Well, if you have any good recs, send them my way. I want to try again. This book that I've been trying to read for probably 6 months at this point. I'm still not even halfway through the book, but it's fantasy. Can't really get into it.
What's it called?
A Court of Thorn and Roses. Very popular. I know a lot of people that have read it.
Does that have flowers on the front of it? Like thorns and flowers?
It's a red book with yellow letters.
Okay, because I've seen a lot of books with flowers and thorns, so I just thought maybe that was it.
It's a series. I'm reading the first of the series, so I don't know the names of the other ones.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I want to get back into it. I like listening to books because I can't shut my head up, but
yeah,
we'll get there one day.
I can I like to read and then listen, have somebody else read it to me, and I'll just
Oh, I can't read if there's a single sound.
Really?
I think that's also why it's hard for me to read because I'm never in complete silence.
I was talking to my coworkers about this the other day, and I was like, I have to be consuming 4 different things to focus. At
that's
work.
Called mental illness.
Yeah. Somebody was like, do we all just have ADHD? And I was like, what? I have ADHD? No. But yeah, I do. I have to work on this, work on that, be listening to a podcast, but also have TikTok up sometimes. And then I'll focus. I don't know what it is, but I just.
See, I'm kind of the opposite. The other day I got me and Jacob scratched off tickets, but I was watching the show and I was really invested. It wasn't just background noise. Yeah. I had to pause my show so I could do my scratch off because it was too much. My brain was hurting.
Well, see, with stuff like that, yeah, I can do that. I can, with that, I'll do stuff like that. But I'm talking about, if it's something that maybe I'm not necessarily happy or wanting to do, work, in order for me to really focus and do it, I'll have to do multiple things.
Interesting. I'm not a good multitasker.
I think I thrive when I multitask. If I have one thing to do, I'll procrastinate until it's the last minute and then get it done really late.
Yeah. I would say I work good under pressure, but not the best multitasker.
Yeah, because usually those things kind of go hand in hand, I think. Right? You think?
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah. Speaking of pressure, how much pressure do you think freaking Blake Lively felt at the premiere of that second movie for her and Anna Kendrick's movie?
She was being fake as hell. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be working with Anna again. She's so great.
Did you hear what Anna said on the carpet when they asked her if you're excited to be working with Blake?
Oh, well so said, Anna. It was disrespectful, but in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That just...
But do we think she doesn't like her? Or do we
Of course she doesn't like her. Blake was a bitch to her.
Is that what she said? I've never heard any interviews other than...
No, that's me speculating.
Oh, okay. Because my thinking was like, did she say that because she really doesn't like her and everything going on? Or did she say that because her publicists know that there's bad surrounding her, so she doesn't want her to be necessarily associated with her? If that makes sense?
No, what I took my assumption from was, I don't know if you've seen them, but like past interviews they've done together, she was just like being rude to her.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, no, she doesn't like her. Like, of course. She's just like, she didn't want to like cause a scene or, you know, like, because she's not a mean girl. She's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know her personally, but like from what I've seen, like she seems really nice.
Like on interviews.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if Blake would just come out and be like, "I'm sorry, I've been such a raging bitch for this long," the people could move on and could accept her. But you need to come out and be upright about the kind of person you've been.
You know who I've also heard is a bitch?
Who?
Anne Hathaway.
I could see it.
Yeah, I watched Brokeback Mountain. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about.
The segue.
Because she's in Brokeback Mountain. I didn't know that.
I've never watched Brokeback Mountain.
Okay, well, I've never watched it either. Oh, until the other day.
Can't say that anymore. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, maybe you had to watch it when it was that time for it to be considered a great movie, because though the story was okay, I didn't think it was that great.
I think maybe it got like a lot of like attention because
Gay?
yeah, and back then it wasn't like now.
True. Well, we're reverting a little bit, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but I saw her in that movie and I was like, damn, I didn't know she was in this. That movie was kind of sad. But it wasn't a bad movie, just I expected more, I think.
What made you want to watch this movie?
I was looking for something to scroll on TikTok in the background.
Oh, I see.
And then I ended up watching it. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Honestly, it's hard for me to find shows to watch these days. Anything, really.
Yeah.
Movies.
It's been a little bit of a dry show season.
I saw Companion. It's a good movie. I didn't want to watch it in theaters with like my grandma or anything, or anybody parent-wise, because I thought it was going to be really sexual because she's like a sex robot.
Somebody yesterday was telling me to watch this and they said it was really good.
But it's not sexual at all. It's really good. I love Sophie Thatcher. She's a really good actor. She also came out in Heretic.
I just watched that the other day.
I go through phases with actors where I'll watch a lot of their shows or like their movies, and like right now I'm in like her phase because she's on Yellow Jackets too. I'm also recently like really into watching like Melanie. God dang it, she's married to Jason Ritter. Melanie something. She's on Yellow Jackets too. But yeah, like a lot of their stuff. So I've been just like watching that. But yeah, I don't know how I got to talking about that. Or
We've really been all over the place this episode. But I guess that's enough rambling for today.
Shit, we really talked a lot. Mostly me, but
no, we're both. Yeah, we like to yap.
We do.
Well, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode. We love you guys. Thank you for always watching, supporting. Please make sure to go give us 5 stars, like, follow, subscribe, all the things. And like we always say, we really love getting you guys' feedback. So be sure to comment and let us know what you think of the episode and if you had any thoughts on any of our topics. And we will catch you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, fuckers.